The wheels are spinning. Good morning, Dee.
Good morning, Jen.
Welcome to the Morning Muffin Show. I'm in my office and I've got a blind shut, but I got this like sparkle.
Uh,
I can't quite find the right spot
I think
this
it's follow
morning.
you.
I know it is. Okay, sorry, I can't get away
It's
from.
okay.
Okay. Today we have Town Hall Tuesday on our morning muffin show with V Dam, the wonderful, beautiful realtor extraordinaire.
Thank
Hello, darling.
you.
And today, doing beep bump, beep bump. Please hold. It's thinking. Apple Valley and Burnsville, and I had to pick the penguins because Apple Valley has the zoo.
Oh,
I think that this is the best suburbs. Like it's just over the side of the river, but it definitely feels like it's on the other side of the river because it's so different, but yet it's so full of life. And there's so much to do down there. It is a great place to live. And also both of these places have walkability, which I absolutely love and look for in a town because I'm a very active person as well as you are. You're very outdoorsy, so it's great to be able to get out and walk around.
yeah. That's why I choose Apple Valley
Yeah,
to live in before. Yeah, that's the exact reason why.
the
I
exact reason why.
Yep, and I think it's like a hub of transportation. If you go down south of the Twin Cities, Apple Valley is a hub. They even have that red line transit. What is that called? I have to find it out, but I'll
The
come back to
Metro
it.
Transit.
Yep, yep.
Yep. They have lots of like little park and rides. It's really great. I was actually thinking that I should do a park and ride because I am here right now in my office in Uptown and I live in Cottage Grove and there's a park and ride right there. And I was like, gosh, I wonder how much money I could save doing that.
But then if you have to show in the middle of the day, Jen.
Show houses. I know. Well, it's hard with COVID right now, and it's rare that I'd show anything. Most of my clients, as you know, work 9 to 5, so they're at work right now. And then they want to see houses after, like nights and weekends. So, but okay,
Well,
let's talk about the lovely cities. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
I can go first this time
Okay,
because I
hold on.
love Apple Valley.
I'm still pulling it up. Okay, you start talking and I'll pull up the website, okay?
Yeah. So Apple Valley, I think it's beginning as a township as well. It's known as the Lebanon. Is that I say it right?
Yeah, Lebanon Hills.
Lebanon township, and it's like a very the historic of it is a little bit complicated to me because I don't think I'm familiar with the old system, but it started as a farming communities. It's known as Lebanon townships, and then the first settlers to that area were believed to come from the East Coast around 1855. So that's a little bit interesting. I'm not sure if it's like the East Coast of the United States and why because like
Yeah.
the East Coast is like warmer and why they would choose settle to Minnesota, which is like so much colder. Um,
Oh, okay. So this is just migration. So let me
this
explain the
is a pretty
migration of the United States to you. I'm gonna expand this so you guys can see. So everybody lived in the East Coast, right, V? And this is where the ships came from Europe. And then they realized that, oh, it's starting to get crowded here. So they kept expanding out west. looking for jobs, farming. So that's just what it was. It was natural migration. They were able to get through, several purchases. They were able to buy land from the United States and have a farm of their own, and they just had to kick the inhabitants that were on the land already out, and it could be theirs because that's what colonists do. So that's
I
what
feel like
we
I
took
feel like
all
these.
of the Native Americans in the Dakota that lived in Apple Valley and Burnsville, and they were shipped off to Shakopee, where there's a nice reservation right outside Prior Lake where they live today. That's why there's Mystic Lake out there.
I really need to take history classes because I have zero knowledge.
I love that you're like, why would they come from the East Coast? And the East Coast is not like a warm tropical place at all. Think of like New York and, Virginia, I mean, starts to get warmer and south, but most people, they filed in through those first city, Ellis Island. Ellis Island. Think of Ellis Island is right outside New York, Statue of Liberty. That's where they came from. It was city and it was dirty and it was gross and the streets were full of sewage and garbage. And they are
Oh,
like, well, I want something clean. I want a farm. I want some place where I can live and breathe and raise a family. So they moved out to the suburbs. And then the suburbs became a city. So then they moved out to the new suburbs and vice versa. On and on and on
uh,
until today.
well, we have to have another episode of teach teach me history.
The history of land development. That would be a great episode to do.
Right.
Okay, for those of you watching that don't know your American history, let's do it. Let's take this on, V. Let's do an episode of pure land development. Okay, so Apple Valley has. Let's talk about it today and why you love it so much. There's so much
Well,
there.
it's yes, it has like that sustainability in energy, um, you know, uh, kind of like environmental friendly projects surrounding the cities, and they trying to improve all the lighting in the city hall on the street to LED light to save energy. They have greens. They put greens surrounding. If you visit Apple Valley during like spring and summer, they do like big greens. Plant,
Planters.
yes, planters around the city. It's not just for the pretty,
Mhm.
yeah, this make the city look beautiful. It's also for the airs, the environment. So little thoughts, around the area make me fall in love. Like,
It's beautiful. They got very large parks in Apple Valley.
yeah.
And it actually, with the rolling hills or the Lebanon Hills there, actually reminds me of my hometown out in Washington State. And actually, when I first moved here, I would have like flashbacks because it felt so familiar and so close. So if you guys like rolling hills and lush greenery and parks, Apple Valley is definitely a desired place to be.
And also they have all the programs to give the debate to the resident if they use energy efficient um, like programs or machines. It's just like very thoughtful. I think that CD is super thoughtful.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it's the Dakota County. They have their electricity as a co-op, which means everybody that participate is also an owner. So, which is a really great because then it has like this pride of ownership where they can do these green initiatives. People can vote on it, things like that, which is really great. You can't do that with Excel Energy. It's a big corporation.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, and then Jen already mentioned that there are so many parks and walkways, walk paths in Apple Valley. Good food. I think it's I think it's like a hub of many good restaurants. that in those in the Lakeville, Farmington, Roseland area, I think it's kind of concentrated in Apple Valley.
Oh, definitely. Lots of shopping centers and stuff too. What's your favorite animal at the zoo?
Never been to the zoo, Jen.
No. Okay, you and I are gonna have a day when we're gonna go to the zoo because I know that you would just love it, and Max loves it. I go all the time, you guys. It's worth its weight in gold to get the membership. COVID's changed some things up, but it's totally worth it. And you get to see penguins and tigers. Man, the tigers love to come right up to you, and wolves and I said penguins already. They're so cute. Okay. Um, for the sake of time, though, I want to jump ahead and talk about Burnsville, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share Apple Valley's website in with the notes in the comments here, so you guys can all look it up if you want to know some more information. These cities are extremely diverse. They started as both Burnsville and like Apple Valley, but Burnsville and Shakopee and Savage and all that stuff kind of started as tourist cities because it was like novel to take a ferry across the river and go visit the lush greenery down here in the city of Minneapolis and St. Paul. So then there was lots of the Native Americans, one of which was in Burnsville. It was Chief Black Dog, who there is now the Black Dog Power Plant there, Black Dog Road, and there's a little spot.
Oh my God, that's why that's a Black Dog Road. Yes, I was like wondering. All the names of the street always make me curious.
Hi, Josh. It's our tax guy. I love him.
Oh, yeah. Gosh.
But yeah, so Apple Valley, in Burnsville. I used to live in Burnsville. There is an amphitheater there. There's a regular theater there. There's water parks, some of the best parks ever out there. It also has ski area called Buck Hill, which is amazing. It has Murphy Hannaran is part in Burnsville, part in Lakeville because it's so huge. But I'm going to share my screen because the one thing that I do love they have, and we keep talking about, we're very outdoorsy people, you and I. They have these amazing, it's called Let's Play Burnsville. And it's this interactive map. I wonder, can you see it or did it allow me to? No. Hold on. It's been making me do it twice lately. Let's see if I can do it now. There we go. So this is the map of Burnsville. And if I were to make this go away, you can see Apple Valley is right here. This is the zoo and the parks and everything right here. Lakes. But here is Burnsville. So now history says that this is Buck Hill right here. And they used to stand on Buck Hill and watch the deer in Crystal Lake. So this is why it was like a little resort town. They would have these little lakes here, would have like little houses around it. But right here, right off of 13 and 35, go away you, go, stop, is the Nicollet Common Park. They have one of the best, little, here, I'm just going to stop sharing it. They have one of the best little wading pools. They have different levels for kids. I used to bring Max there when he was a baby because they would have a splash pad. That's what they're called, where they'd have fountains. But then they'd also have this area where the water was this thin and can go and they can sit with their smushy diapers and splash around in it. And all different groups and moms and things like that would come. There's bathrooms there. There's places to have a picnic. And then there's Cliffbend Park, which is just down the road. Also a great, huge, they got, it's just so big. It's the biggest playground I've ever seen. But they have so much stuff in Burnsville. I always found stuff to do there. And within, I don't know what this is. Josh, I don't know what this is. Now I'm going to have to look it up.
I don't even know how to say it.
I don't know how to say it either. But yeah. So he says that this show should really be at least 30 minutes long. You're right. It could be 30 minutes long, but I don't want to make my guests commit to that. I like to plant a seed and let other people do some research.
Oh,
But,
that means thank you.
oh, in what language?
And
Ojibwe? Shut up. I love that. Thank you. I love my native community too. Okay, so okay, going back about when I lived there, I used to walk. I lived in a condo. I used to walk everywhere. To the grocery store with Max. Even in the winter time, it was really nice. There's lots of trails for you to ride your bike and run. Lots of it. I don't know if you guys ever do the running Map My Run app, but there's tons of courses that everybody's already mapped out and stuff. So this is really great. But you guys really, if you're thinking about affordable housing, Burnsville, the way it was, and Apple Valley, the way they were placed out was like in the 50s after World War II boom, and 35W came across in 1960 when there was actually like before that there was like drawbridges and ferries and stuff like that. So the towns were really small until the 1960s when 35W finally put a real street there, and the city just boomed. But now all those homes, the original owners are starting to move away because that's recent history, right? That's when my parents would have bought a home and whatnot. So they're starting to change and evolve, and so you can get some really affordable housing down there right now, and it's an excellent place to live. I used to live there. I loved it. I moved because I got married. Otherwise, I'd still be living there. But what about you? Would you ever live in Apple Valley or Burnsville?
Well, Apple Valley all the way. I mean, I would come back to Apple Valley. I'm not at Apple Valley. Apple Valley. I still love that place. Always love it. I think it's always a home.
Yeah. Did you live there before?
I lived there, I think 2016 till 2019, so 3 years.
Oh yeah. So this is why you picked it. One of my favorite restaurants is in Burnsville, you guys. And I'm gonna write it in the comments. El Super Taco. For those of you that are like super love like authentic Mexican food. Like I love pozole. I made you have pozole.
Yes.
They have the best pozole ever in Menudo. I'm a soup person in the wintertime, and it's my favorite thing ever. So you guys, you can go down there. They hand make their tortillas to order. Like it is like legit the best place to ever go get food. And then in Apple Valley, there's a place called Modowai. It's a Korean ramen restaurant. I went on a date there. I know I went on a date with my husband there, and it was good. I can eat him under the table, by the way. He is a bigger guy than me, but I can eat twice the amount of food he does. I don't know where or why he's got such a small stomach. He's a big guy. He should have
I can't believe it.
Yeah. But whatever. Okay, you guys, enough rambling, enough talking. Do your own research. Go down there. It's fun. There's lots of things to do down there. And there's lots of new construction. So if you're thinking of building a home, there's places in Apple Valley. Although, it's starting to get built out and moved down into Lakeville. But check it out. Right?
Yes. Well, if you have any question about Apple Valley, sure, let me know.
And or Burnsville, call us. Yep, anytime. Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I dropped my light. Bye.